Hi, I'm Pete. What if I told you that something you're already paying for every month has the potential to pay you back $2,000 per month? Most people overlook it, but with the right setup, this can become a consistent passive income stream you build in your spare time. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand how to turn an expense into earnings without complicated tech or scams. Most people think they need something brand new to start making money online. A new skill, a new investment, a new business idea. But the truth is, you're probably already paying for something that can be turned into an income stream. The key is learning to see it differently. Instead of looking at it as a monthly expense, start seeing it as an asset. Think about the subscriptions you already have. Maybe you're paying for Canva, ChatGPT, Adobe, a website hosting plan, a domain name, a Zoom subscription, or even a cloud storage service. These tools were designed to create, build, organize, or communicate. Businesses pay for these exact tools to generate revenue every day. The only difference between them and you is intention. For example, if you're paying for website hosting, you already have the foundation to build websites for small local businesses. If you're using a design tool, you can create templates, social media kits, or digital planners and sell them online. If you pay for a learning platform or have a skill you've developed through a subscription, you can turn that knowledge into tutorials or digital products. The point is not the tool itself, it's how you position it. A lot of people miss this because they use these services only for personal use. They never stop and ask, how can this pay me back? That simple mindset shift changes everything. You're not starting from zero. You already have access. You already understand the platform. You're already comfortable using it. That means your learning curve is smaller than you think. And here's the part that makes it powerful. When you use something you're already paying for, your startup cost is basically zero. You're not risking extra money. You're simply maximizing something that's sitting there unused for most of the month. This is where passive income really begins. Not with chasing trends, but with looking at what you already own and deciding to use it differently. When you stop seeing subscriptions as bills and start seeing them as tools for leverage, that's when things start to shift. And honestly, that shift alone can change the way you look at every expense from now on. Before you try to sell anything, you need to make sure people actually want it. This is where most beginners go wrong. They get excited about an idea, build something for weeks, and then realize no one is searching for it. Demand always comes first. If there's no problem being solved, there's no money to be made. Start by thinking about the real problems people are facing. If you're using web hosting, are small businesses around you struggling to get online? If you use a design tool, are content creators looking for ready-made templates to save time? If you pay for productivity software, are freelancers overwhelmed and looking for systems to stay organized? Every tool connects to a pain point somewhere. Your job is to find it. One simple way to validate demand is by looking at marketplaces. Search for similar products on platforms where people already buy digital goods. If you see multiple sellers, consistent reviews, and active engagement, that's a strong signal people are spending money there. Competition is not a bad thing. It usually means there's demand. No competition often means no buyers. Another smart method is to pay attention to questions people ask. Look at forums, comment sections, and social media threads. When you see the same questions appearing again and again, that's a problem waiting to be solved. People don't repeatedly ask about things they don't care about. They ask because they're stuck or confused. You can even test ideas without building the full product. Share a simple post explaining your offer and see how people respond. If no one reacts, that's useful information. If people ask for more details or message you privately, that's momentum. Validation is about listening, not assuming. What makes this powerful is that you remove the guesswork. Instead of hoping your idea works, you collect small pieces of proof before investing your time. It keeps you focused on serving real needs instead of chasing random ideas. When you validate demand properly, you don't feel like you're forcing a sale. You feel like you're offering help to people who are already looking for it. And that confidence changes how you show up, because now you know you are not building in the dark. You're responding to something real. Once you know there's real demand, the next step is creating an offer that actually solves the problem in a clear and practical way. This is where you turn an idea into something people are willing to pay for. A lot of beginners overcomplicate this part. They think they need something massive, advanced, or perfect. In reality, people are usually looking for simple solutions that save them time, reduce stress, or make their work easier. Start by narrowing your focus. Instead of trying to serve everyone, think about one specific type of person. A small restaurant owner who needs a basic website is different from a tech startup looking for something complex. A new content creator needs different design templates than an established brand. When you clearly define who you're helping, your offer becomes sharper and easier to understand. Then ask yourself one question: what outcome am I delivering? Not what features you're offering, but what result they'll get. For example, instead of saying I design websites, you can position it as I help local businesses get online in 7 days. Instead of I sell Canva templates, think I create ready-to-use content packs that save creators 10 hours a week. People buy outcomes, not tools. Keep the structure simple. If it's a digital product, make it easy to download and use immediately. If it's a service, create a clear process so clients know what happens next. Clarity builds trust. When someone understands exactly what they're getting, they feel more comfortable paying for it. Pricing should also match the value you provide. You don't need to start high. Sometimes it's smarter to begin at a reasonable price, gather feedback, improve your offer, and then increase it over time. The goal in the beginning is proof and experience, not perfection. What makes an offer powerful isn't complexity, it's usefulness. If your product genuinely makes someone's life easier, they'll come back and they'll tell others. That's how momentum starts building. At the end of the day, creating an offer is really about empathy. It's about understanding what someone is struggling with and giving them something that makes them feel supported and relieved. When you approach it from that place, your work stops feeling like a transaction and starts feeling like real value. Once your offer is ready, the real shift happens when you remove yourself from the constant back and forth and let systems handle the work. This is what separates a side hustle from something that truly feels passive. If every sale requires you to manually send files, reply with instructions, or confirm payments one by one, you don't have freedom. You've just created another job. Automation is what gives you breathing space. Start simple. If you're selling a digital product, use a platform that automatically delivers the file the moment someone completes a payment. The buyer pays, receives an email instantly, downloads the product, and you don't have to touch anything. That single setup can save you hours every week. The same applies if you're offering templates, guides, presets, or any downloadable resource. If you're providing a service, automation still matters. You can create onboarding forms that collect client details automatically. Set up calendar scheduling links so people book calls without messaging you back and forth. Use pre-written email sequences that explain the next steps clearly. When people know what to expect, they feel taken care of, and you avoid repeating yourself every day. Payments should also be smooth and professional. Secure payment processors allow customers to pay instantly from anywhere. No chasing invoices. No awkward reminders. Once payment is confirmed, the system moves to the next step automatically. That consistency builds trust and makes your business feel reliable. Another powerful layer is content automation. You can schedule posts that promote your offer regularly, create evergreen videos that bring traffic over time, or write helpful guides that attract the right audience. Instead of constantly searching for buyers, you build assets that bring them to you. The goal isn't to remove the human element completely, it's to remove the friction. You still show up, improve your product, and connect with your audience. But the repetitive tasks no longer drain your energy. When your systems are running smoothly, something changes. You wake up to notifications instead of stress. Sales come in without you pushing every minute, and that feeling, knowing the work you did once is still working for you, is where passive income finally starts to feel real. Reaching $2,000 a month doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you stop thinking in random sales and start thinking in numbers. The goal becomes clearer when you break it down. If your product is priced at $50, you need 40 sales a month. That's about 1 to 2 sales a day. Suddenly, it doesn't feel impossible. It feels measurable. And when something is measurable, it becomes manageable. Scaling starts with consistency. Instead of creating 10 different offers, focus on improving the one that's already working. Make it better. Listen to feedback. Amplify instructions. Add small bonuses that increase perceived value without increasing your workload. A stronger offer converts better, which means you don't always need more traffic. You need better conversion. Traffic, though, still matters. You can't scale quietly. More people need to see what you've built. This doesn't mean going viral overnight. It means choosing 1 or 2 platforms and showing up regularly. Share helpful content related to your offer. Answer common questions. Show results. When people trust you, they buy faster. Growth comes from repetition, not one lucky post. Another way to scale is adjusting your pricing strategically. Once you have proof that people are buying and getting results, you can test higher price points. Even a small increase can dramatically change your monthly numbers. For example, moving from $50 to $75 per sale reduces the number of buyers you need. Scaling isn't always about working harder. Sometimes it's about pricing smarter. You can also introduce upsells or bundles. If someone already trusts your product, offering a related add-on makes sense. It increases your average sale value without needing a completely new audience. This is how businesses grow steadily, instead of constantly starting from zero. What really makes scaling sustainable is patience. The first few months might feel slow, but each improvement compounds. Each customer review builds credibility. Each piece of content expands your reach. When you look back after consistent effort, the numbers start to make sense. $2,000 a month stops feeling like a dream and starts feeling like the natural result of small actions repeated with intention and belief in what you're building. If you enjoyed this and want step-by-step walkthroughs on turning everyday expenses into real income, hit subscribe and click like, because I post actionable guides every week. Remember, you don't need something new or expensive to start making passive income. You just need the right strategy and consistency. Comment below which asset you're already paying for. Let's start turning that into your first $2,000 month.